Welcome to another video yet again. So I do have a tiny penny stock with a microscopic 823,000 share float according to Webull and a market cap that is currently sitting under $2 million. Drop a quick like for me on this video if you are enjoying this content. It does really help me out. I have nothing at all to sell you guys, no programs, nothing like that, and these alerts are completely free. So ending last week, the market did crash as we did have COVID related news come out in China. But this isn't really a serious pandemic right now or anything like that, because there's a COVID like bat virus discovered by researchers in a Chinese lab. But we already saw Moderna and other vaccine makers really start to run. So obviously the market is already reacting to this. And if we do get more headlines about this, COVID like bat virus or anything like that, all of these plays can completely go parabolic. Just recently, comedy legend cancels their tour date because he says he caught COVID at the Saturday Night Live anniversary special. This was announced 1 day ago, and looking at the chart for this penny stock, we did just have a massive downtrend break out of a falling wedge pattern. So this one has been going down for a while, and this, like I said guys, this one always does run with pandemic headlines, and you can see all these associated penny stocks have already started to gap up in after hours. And this is a pretty good play in general. This one ran 100% plus in the past with a much larger float. I believe they did do a reverse stock split in September or late last year. So the float is very small right now, and it can have even bigger runs if the volume does start to come in. So the stock I'm talking about in this video is ticker ISPC, iSpecimen Inc., which is currently trading around $2. Also, guys, make sure you watch this entire video so you can see another play I did add a starter position in that is linked to this trend right now. So I'll show you that later in the video. So watch this entire video so you don't miss that exclusive information. But guys, ISPC, what does this company actually do? They provide technology that connects life science researchers who need human biofluids, tissues, and living cells for their research with biospecimens available in the healthcare provider organizations worldwide. So they're not competing with the major healthcare companies, which is always a very good sign. They're working alongside them. So there's a lot of potential, and just looking on their website, you can see they are directly linked to COVID-19 samples for research. So it does look like major healthcare companies can gain access to an extensive global network of human biospecimens needed to support ongoing COVID-19 research. And as this outbreak or this virus was discovered in animals so far, this is a perfect sympathy play. And you can see, guys, like I said earlier, last Friday when this was announced, Moderna and other vaccine stocks did start to climb up with concerns about coronavirus study in China. So we saw, I think the biggest, large cap leader on Friday was Moderna, followed by Pfizer, which did go up a little bit. We also saw Novavax go up. So looking at ticker ISPC on their website, you can see that similar to Amazon, iSpecimen has developed an online marketplace to seamlessly connect researchers with healthcare providers and supplier organizations. Looks like they have worked with around 105 healthcare provider and supplier organizations with 600 plus, or around 600 customer organizations. And they are targeting a massive, fast-growing industry that is growing around 10 to 15% every single year. It looks like they are growing globally. They do have a massive global footprint, expanding to around 10 to 15 plus different countries. They do have agreements with 140 plus supplier organizations, including hospitals, clinics, and practice groups, clinical research centers, clinical and pathology labs, and much more. and a very massive growing research adoption, 600 plus buy side customers, and they do work with 70% of the top 20 pharma and IVD companies in the entire world, and they have delivered 175,000 plus specimens across 2,400 plus projects. But if you just look at the other small caps that run with pandemic or any type of COVID or bird flu headlines, you can see ticker NNVC went up, and during the day and in after hours, we saw ticker XWEL. You know, this was going to actually be a really nice play right here for this theme, but they did register some toxic warrants that I don't like. So this is kind of out of play right now, but they do COVID testing, and this is one of the lowest float and lowest market cap plays, but kind of off the radar right now because of those warrants. But ticker VRAX, this is one I really do like. I did add a starter in this one. This one does have, you know, low dilution concerns for right now. An $8 million market cap with a 4 million share float according to Webull. You can see ticker GOVX, GeoVax ran up, you know, almost 3% during the day. After hours went up almost 6%. Now, GOVX is one that, you know, has been a massive winner in the past on my channel. If you are one of my old subscribers, you know we did bank off this play multiple times. Now, this isn't one I'm in right now, but, you know, this one does like to run with these headlines. And I really narrowed it down to my favorite two plays, and that is, of course, ticker ISPC and ticker VRAX. Now, why did I do this? Well, I just like the charts. A lot of them, or both of these, are kind of bottomed out. You can see ticker VRAX is coming off of a, you know, almost a triple bottom right here. It looks like, with very nice range. You can see ISPC does have this massive falling wedge on the daily that we just broke out of. So we had this massive downtrend break. Currently, this one is my favorite play right now, with a very tiny, according to Webull, the float is sitting under 1 million shares with a microscopic, very tiny $1.7 million valuation. And, you know, like I said, guys, with volume, this one can have a parabolic type move. So I am in ISPC, also am, you know, put a starter in ticker VRAX. And make sure you follow me on Twitter or X, because I did actually, you know, I do post ideas here. And yesterday at 7:16 p.m., I did tell you guys I was watching ISPC as well as ticker VRAX. Why did I narrow it down to these two plays? Now, I'll tell you right now, ISPC is my top play right now. But you can see this is a very small float. Now, it's saying it has a 2 million share float on dilution tracker. So either way, it's a very small float. Offering ability is low, overhead supply is low, and according to dilution tracker, the company does have 7.5 months of cash left based on a quarterly cash burn rate of $1.5 million and estimated current cash of just under $4 million, but not really much dilution concerns right now. These warrants, you know, not a concern. ATM, you know, not a concern. It is on baby shelf restriction. They can only raise $6,000 through that. They do have another shelf from 2022. Now, this could have expired unless they renewed it. It looks like they could have renewed it right here. So, guys, dilution concern is very low with ticker ISPC. Now, look at ticker VRAX Biolabs Group. This has a low offering ability, and according to dilution tracker, the company has 6.5 months of cash left based on a quarterly cash burn rate of just under $2 million and estimated current cash of just around $4.2 million. So these are the cleanest plays in terms of dilution for this trend right now. VRAX and ticker ISPC. Guys, I'm going to do a quick update on ticker LSH. Now, this is one that hasn't really had that explosive move that we wanted. Now, it did go up a few times and ultimately came back down. So I'm currently still holding this one, and it did fall under support after earnings came out, but is developing a new base off this 180 level. So what's my plan with this one? I'm just going to hold out for a while because we really do need a catalyst or some news to come in to regain momentum. So I really hope this one continues to base out in this area, which it looks like it is doing. Looks like the next level it's trying to battle right here is 192, which was a previous support level. So that's another level we need to hold over to get momentum going, but it looks like it will just stay in this range for now, until we get some sort of catalyst. Now, MCVT didn't really have the run we wanted. It did actually spike up, pretty big initially. Later that day, it did come down. So, not every play is going to be a home run, especially right away. The 3 plays before MCVT, we had Kidley go up almost 300%, EFOI went up 150%, and then PNBK went up around 120%. So, have been calling some really good plays. Not every single play is going to be perfect. But that's all I have for ticker ISPC, and I'm also in VRAEX. But that's all I have for the video. Let me know in the comments what other plays you're watching, and I will see you on the next video.